for 8 women in the world to be on the show tonight. This is so amazing. It's such a great exclusive because not only, is it rare to catch them at a tournament or an event, but it's super rare to see them do media. So super excited to talk to them tonight. We're gonna have the Black Mambas live. And then we're also gonna have one of the best teams, if not arguably the best team for 5s and 7s. And now they've become a force to be reckoned with in 8s, She Unit. So we will have She Unit on today too. But before we get started with anything else, let's go into shoe cam. And tonight I am just wearing my green dress, but my Coach Chucks. They're just cute, comfortable, and I'm always they kind of, I just slip them on and that's it. So that's my shoe cam for tonight. All right, you guys. So now we're going to roll into hot topics. And the first hot topic that we're going to talk about is a hot topic that has been steaming. It is a hot topic that has had all of the celebrities buzzing and just all of us regular people buzzing. With the Olympics, track and field, yes, we are talking about Sha'Carri Richardson. So basically, as you guys know, Sha'Carri, fastest woman in America right now, right? And the Jamaicans exposed the fact that she tested positive for weed. Now, people would argue that weed is legal in a lot of states here in the United States. It's legal in her state. However, other people argue that it's in her contract that she is not supposed to smoke weed, although it is not a athletic enhancing drug. Personally, I think, it's legal. So, and it's not helping to enhance her. It's not a steroid. So it's kind of like, man, what is the big deal? But in any case, since that time, Sha'Carri has taken full responsibility, stating that, she lost her biological mother. She's been going through a lot of stress. And so she did engage in recreational marijuana. With that being said, she has accepted her 30-day suspension, and so she will not be able to make the Olympics for the 100, which is interesting because that is her sport, that's her race. Now, some people will say, and I even said this, I was like, man, for the Jamaicans to expose that, I think the Jamaicans were scared. I think they were scared that Sha'Carri would beat their best runner, and they're scared that the United States would beat them. But so she's not going to make that. And then people were saying, well, she can still make the Olympics to be on the 4x1 women's team for the USA. Well, recently we just learned that Sha'Carri was left off the roster for the official USA women's track team. So although over 500,000 people petitioned to have her run, it's not looking good for her to be able to run in the Olympics this year. The good thing is she's very young, early 20s. So, in 4 more years, I'm sure she won't smoke weed, and good luck to you, Sha'Carri. Unless something happens, right? Something could possibly happen where, I don't know, somebody can pull some kind of strings and she can kind of get in there some kind of a way. But if not, this will be a strong lesson learned for this young lady. So good luck to her. And we'll talk about this online, so you guys make sure you leave your comments. I want to hear your feedback because the viewers did vote on this, and 96% of you guys agreed that she should be able to still run. Weed is not marijuana is not a athletic enhancing drug. So it kind of sounds like you guys and me are on the same page. The next hot topic we're going to roll into is none other than Trick Daddy. So not sure if you guys have heard, but Trick Daddy definitely called out Beyonce for not being able to sing and Jay-Z for not being the best rapper. He stated that New York was just looking for a hot rapper at the time, and so Jay-Z fit the bill, and they just kind of blew him up marketing-wise. Well, since then, the Beehive and the J-Hive and the BJ Hive have responded, and I don't know if it was a good thing for him to say something, because on one hand, it's like, oh, it's good for him, for the publicity, because let's be honest, I'm from Florida, I grew up on Trick and Trina, love their music, but people have not been talking about Trick for many years. He's just not popular right now. And then so, the other hand is, well, he does have a soul food restaurant down in Miami Gardens. The soul food restaurant is It's called Sunday's Eatery, and it's been doing very well from my understanding. You know, he's always talking about how he's actually in there frying the catfish, and it had great reviews, and it was doing good. But when he made this comment, obviously the beehive definitely swarmed in, and his reviews have definitely suffered. Not sure if him saying that about them was a good thing, a bad thing, but we're gonna see if his restaurant survives this. Many of you online, your poll says no, his restaurant will not survive. I kind of agree with that. I don't know if it's gonna survive for long because he just reached so high when, you know, in that bashing. So, but good luck to you, Trick Daddy, because we will see what happens with your restaurant. And then let's move on to our next hot topic. Now, if you guys are into social media, then you have heard about the crave for Miss Tabitha Brown. Tabitha Brown, who is a social media influencer. She does a lot of, and I'll give her credit because I didn't know who she was, but I did learn about replacing my potatoes with chickpeas. It gives you like that same texture. And it just works really good with like a good breakfast bowl with eggs and sausage, peppers, onions, a good bowl. But she basically specializes in teaching people about vegan meals, healthy meals, and she has a really good, you know, just online following. Well, recently, Tabitha's online following and her YouTube following has earned her so much income that she wanted to retire her husband from the LAPD. So basically, Tabitha and her husband moved to LA so that she can follow her dreams to be an actress. The husband said, hey, listen, one of us has to have a steady income coming in while you chase your dreams and not have a consistent job. So with that being said, he took a job with LAPD as a police officer to serve and protect. And she promised him in 5 years that she would be this big actress and he wouldn't have to work there anymore. Well, she definitely passed her deadline. It's 15 years later, but now she's ready to retire her husband from the LAPD. She stated that she did not want him to wear a bulletproof vest to work anymore. It was very troubling to her. Well, Wendy Williams got a hold of this information, and Wendy had a few choice words, including not being a fan of retiring a man, your husband, her husband, because she was basically, I think Wendy was hurt. And you know, if you watch the Wendy movie, you know, her documentary, you can see that her husband Kevin was not a good man. Just not as a husband, just as a man. He wasn't a good man, and he just did her wrong for many years. And I think that she's still hurting from that, for her to relay all of that to this situation. So Tabitha responded saying, hey, I've been with my husband for over 20 something plus years. He's been nothing but amazing. I hope you find some true love and an actual good man who doesn't cheat on you and do those types of things. So anyway, long story short, Wendy commenting on this story gave Tabitha an extra few $1 million in her bank account and a whole lot of thousands and thousands of followers, more followers, which again just led to her having more money. So I think the question is, would you retire your husband if you were a good man like Tabitha did? Or do you believe that the husband should still keep working no matter what, no matter how much money you have, no matter anything? For me, in my household, you know, when you have a good husband, you have a good wife, and in this case, he sacrificed 15 years of working, putting his life on the line to serve and protect the community so that they can have a steady income coming in the house. That's an amazing husband, and she's making millions now. Why not retire your husband? I would definitely retire my good husband. In Wendy's case, it just wasn't smart for her to put Kevin on as an executive producer, because he was clearly, you know, based on the movie, not a good guy from just out the gate. So two different types of men, and you know what kind of husband or what kind of wife you have. And so in this case, I think Tabitha did a great job to you. All right, y'all. So those are our hot topics. And now for the moments that you all have been waiting for, we are going to roll in our first, and I'm sorry, y'all see me tugging because my bracelet got stuck to my dress. But we're gonna roll in. We're gonna roll in with our first set of guests. I'm so excited. We have Rick Fabbs, we have Kia, we have just amazing. Are we ready to bring on the Black Mambas? 8 women team, world champions out of Washington, D.C. Just won the D.C. Eli Championship, just won nationals. Yeah. Getting that together, I'm just gonna do some shout outs. 5 on your live. So let's start at the top. So, A Jody. Hello, A Jody. MZ Tot Tot. That's a cute name. Let's see, Atlanta Storm, they're always in the building. And shouts out to the Atlanta Storm. They actually just sponsored the Bar Sisters, who are located in Jacksonville, Florida. They are doing what's called a back to school drive. And so the Atlanta Storm has actually sponsored them for that, to give back to the kids and the students there. So that's really exciting. Hey, Ariel. We have Elizabeth. White chocolate, such a cute name. Butter Baby Bombshell, miss you. Hey, Butter. Living on Love. Okay, Kia, if you can hear me, you can jump in anytime. I'm just waiting on you. I'm just kind of going through everything.
I can hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sports. We Lead Sports. Okay, awesome. We Lead Sports is actually doing some broadcasting and podcasting pretty soon here. So shout out to them. All right. And I'm actually gonna switch headphones with the producer. Hi.
Hi.
Okay, awesome. So tell me who we have on the line, and I'm gonna let you guys introduce yourself. What role you play on the team, and yeah, where you're from actually originally.
Okay, I'll go first. So, hey guys, I'm Kia. I play wide receiver, running back, with special teams, of course, return, and now linebacker.
Nice. So you're all over the place.
Yes.
Lethal threat, because you don't know what to do with you. You don't know how to guard you. Like, okay, nice. All right. Is Coach Rick on the line? Here. History about the name Black Mambas. People think, Mamba mentality, that type of thing. Is that where y'all's name came from, or where did it come from?
So actually, I did not start with the Black Mambas. When I first started playing, I started with Dreamcatchers, and then I took a little break when I had my daughter. And then when I came back to flag, that's when I joined Black Mamba. So I've been with them for the past 3 years now. Yes, 3 years.
Okay, so 3 years. Okay, awesome. Very interesting, because we see this across the flag world quite a bit. Well, people, they do go to different teams. Different things happen. They come back. Dreamcatchers is still a team. You came back. You chose to go to Black Mambas. What made you do that? What caused that decision?
So, my brother actually played with AU. Rick is the quarterback for AU. So from jump, he wanted me to play with Black Mambas, but I joined Dreamcatchers because some of my friends were there. I'm not sure if you are familiar with Michelle, the speed rusher, my best friend. So, once I had my daughter and I was ready to come back, my brother was like, look, I think you should go to Black Mambas. And they, we had a few conversations. So then Michelle and I, who of course were like, this package deal, we decided to go to Black Mambas after that. And then I've been with them ever since.
Nice. Yeah. So you took Michelle, the speed rusher, with you.
Yes, we are. Well, it was kind of like a joint decision, because they, the defensive coach was like one of her trainers. And then we both just decided, like, wherever we're going to go together. So we decided to go there. And then we have been happy with the Mambas ever since.
I like it. A duo for whatever team you guys go to, and the Mambas have benefited many years. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. Hot topic question everybody wants to know. We barely get to see the Mambas. And I always say, they just come out the woodworks. And then they beat everybody up. They win. What happens in the off season? Are you guys like training? Are you guys just kind of chilling and then y'all come back and y'all just got it? What's going on in that middle time?
Oh, people say they can't hear. I'm not sure.
People joined us. How are you? This was for you guys to, and Tasha, you too, for you guys to introduce yourselves, what position you play on the team, and where you're originally from. Let me ask you this. Dwayne's still working on a few things, but Black Mambas, one of the things I was asking Kia is, where does that name come from? People think Mamba mentality, but where did it come from?
That's, it's a good coincidence because of Kobe Bryant and, him having that Mamba mentality, but it actually was the snake. When we first started the team, it was just like, we went through maybe like 6, and some girls didn't want the title to have a lady in front of it. Mm-hmm. So because of that, Black Mamba was the easiest name. Somebody threw it out there to just run with it. I mean, the funny thing is, it sounds, because of the fact that we have so much success, it sounds like cool, I guess, I'm assuming. But initially, it didn't sound so good in the beginning.
I like it. I was asking Kia, and then Coach, okay, I'll back up just one more time. You started this team. How did it start? Like, how did the whole team start?
2011. I don't want to. So it's kind of some controversy behind how it started. Long story short, me and my friend Travis, we was coaching with someone else. We helped him start his team, and he brought some other coaches on, and it was a clash. Mm-hmm. So we took the girls that we brought to the team. He took the girls he brought, and we made 2 separate teams. That's how it originally started.
Gotcha. Do you, and not to be messy, but do you guys still play that same team to this day, like a rival game?
Well, so when we first started, they was our rival team for like maybe 2 seasons, and then they still have a team in the league though, but it's not a rivalry because most of the players from both sides are fairly new to so they don't really know how it all happened.
Okay, cool. I'll get off of that. I understand we have situations like that here in Atlanta too, so I get it. So, I get it. We got a situation going on right now like that here in the city, so I get it. Original members. So I know you said that a lot of members are newer. You guys have been around since 2011. Do you have any ladies that have been around since 2011? Like, shout out to your originals.
Yeah, we have on our team now. We have Hala, Kiana, T, and Jamaica. Those 4 started.
Okay.
They still on the team now.
Hala, Kiana, T, Jamaica.
Yeah.
All of my girls, and then Jamaica. Sound like a rap group. I like it.
Those 4.
They do, around the way, Chris. Okay. Cool, but one of the things I was asking you is, we rarely get to see you guys. You guys show up when it counts, out the woodworks. You win. What are you guys doing in all that free time, that spare time?
Well, we used to go to Atlanta every year.
Okay. What happened? What have you seen y'all in the last few years?
Listen, these girls, they have been lazy. So it's good where you get people like you who she play co-ed or she play other things just to stay in shape because let's take last year or 2019. We play the spring and the fall. Normally our schedule would be always travel in the summer. We went to Atlanta for 3 years straight. The Fall Warriors tournament we went.
Fallen Warriors.
And 2014, 13. We went 14, 15, and 16. I want to say.
Okay.
And then y'all stopped having tournaments.
This is true. Fallen Warrior kind of fell off a little bit. Different ones, but we're back now. We're back now with tournaments, and people would love to see you guys down here. Will you guys? And I know I'm hopping around here, but will you guys be here this month for the tournament?
Listen, I'm going to do my best.
Okay. So the July tournament.
So I told James that we committed.
Okay.
Yes, the 31st. I told James that we committed. I'm going to do my best to get enough people to come down and play. I want to go down there and play.
Okay. Okay. So if you get a good 12 people, is that what you're aiming for on the roster? Then you'll come. What's that number you're aiming for that'll get you guys to come?
Listen, 12 is a stretch. I would say, an honest number, I would say 15. 12
15,
is
okay.
I wouldn't put that kind of pressure with the heat that y'all have in July.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a lot of heat.
Yeah.
But 15 for sure.
Okay, we're Hotlanta for a reason.
Yeah.
It does get hot here and the turf is burning. It's serious. It's serious.
Absolutely.
Your winning streak. You guys have 10 championships, national championships, everything. Is that due to coaching? Is that due to the ladies taking these breaks and then coming back for the games? What is that due to? What is the secret to all this winning?
You know what? I can't even. It's a little bit of it's everything that you said and a little luck. You know what I mean? Sometimes it just felt it was just our day. You know what I mean? And the football gods was on the side. I definitely want to give a lot of credit to the women though, because it's been I'm giving them credit because it's been times where all the coaches, as far as like different coaches that we have, like I was in Denver this past playoffs and we still won. You know what I mean? The last 2 years we won championships. I didn't coach the championship game because I was playing and we still won. So I'm not going to just put it all on coaching. You know what I mean? The women definitely took care of business.
Nice, nice. What kind of plays do you usually run? Like, what kind of scheme do you typically run when you are there? Like, are you
Hold on, I didn't hear you say it again.
What do you run most? Like, what's y'all's signature, like, move, if you will? Like, are you guys more of a spread team? Are you guys more of a running team?
So when we first started, we was not a spread. We was a screen team. We threw a lot of screens. We threw a lot of screens, and we threw it to our blockers. We call them blocking backs up here.
Okay.
But once we transitioned and we got we did a little switching around. I would consider our offense conventional. Like, we got receivers on both sides. I guess you would call that spread. Not necessarily like a man spread, but a regular set spread. Kiana said she don't have the link. Tell her to put Dwayne. Find Dwayne. It should be under Dwayne. But yeah, we transitioned quarterbacks. That's one of, I feel like that's one of the beautiful things of our team in general is just like with no coaches or depending on what coaches did, same thing with the girls. Like we had this year, we might have played with the most girls we might have had at one time, 15 girls at one time. But for the most part, we probably played with like 12 to 13 girls every game. You know what I mean? But it was still the same results because the girls stuck together and played well together. You know what I mean? So I credit a lot on just them having a good gel with each other.
When I hear that, and I hear good gel with each other, to me that automatically means that they have to have a good bond off the field. Do you guys do a lot of team activities off the field?
Stop laughing. It's funny you say that because pre-COVID. I'm sorry, pre-COVID. We definitely, like, every year we have a Christmas party, of course, but like we definitely used to hang out more pre-COVID than we do now. You know what I mean? Sometimes girls, they might have like they went to the Nationals game a couple weeks ago, and then we had trying to think, like I know for a fact that certain girls can hang with each other just because they probably have more in common with each other. But as a team, pre-COVID, we hung out a lot. Let me say that.
Okay, so you guys will get back into that. And just jump around.
Hopefully when COVID die down.
Yeah, because you guys were kind of late to open back up. I mean, we're in Atlanta. We never closed. But you guys closed in D.C.
Listen, it's still some places that's not, like, they still got bans on certain stuff up here.
Wow. Well, at least you guys got to play your championship, your season this year. When you come down here, if you can get the right girls, if you can get, that 15 or more girls to come down here for Atlanta to play here in the tournament, which Atlanta team would you guys want to play the most?
Look at you. You trying to stop.
I am not.
So this is listen, this is not the girls. This is who I want to face as a coach.
Okay. That's just had a coaching challenge.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put this on the girls. I'm gonna say for me. Of course I want to play APOC. That's obvious. Listen, so not Atlanta, but I definitely want to play Bama as well because
those are cousins.
They they feel like they was cheated in Florida, so we definitely want to play them again. But
nice.
The Tigers. Listen, the Tigers got a new quarterback, so they should be a contender. Is the Tigers they playing at A, right? The Tigers.
Yeah, they should definitely play A. They're a team that can go either way, but they definitely should be going A.
Okay, so
just knocked out.
I don't know how the brackets are set up as far as, like, are we just playing the A teams or are we playing everybody and then get reseeded? I know some tournaments do it that way, but if we just play the A teams, I would definitely have to say APOC and Bama for sure.
Definitely.
The teams I want to play at some point in time, Saturday or Sunday.
Nice. Have you guys? Well, if you watch, I don't know if you guys watched last week's show. I'll definitely post this clip. But Coach Jimmy wants to coach against you too. He said it last week on the show. He said he definitely wants to see the Mambas. So that'll be a really good coaching battle right there. That's gonna be a good coaching battle. And then Coach Jimmy and Coach Lena used to coach together, which I found out earlier this year, like some months ago. Like they used to, like, I think if I'm not mistaken, allegedly Coach Jimmy used to coach Coach Lane. And so that's going to be an interesting one too, because Bama's a tough battle. So yeah, we can't wait to see that. And I hope that you get a strong...
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was on one of the episodes. I'll have to repost that too, where we learned that relationship there.
Okay, that's... Ain't Lane from Georgia?
He's from Atlanta. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense then.
It makes...
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I was just like you when I found out when he announced it on a different show. I was like, what? But yeah, Lane is from Atlanta. He moved to Bama. But his girls are a strong force to be reckoned with. And they're a part of our league.
Oh, absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. Bama is definitely a physical team.
Very. Very. When you guys played against them at Nationals, I was thinking, you guys played Bama at Nationals, right? physical game. I saw a little piece of it, but I just wanted to make sure I had my games not mixed up. But they were super, super, super physical. You guys were able to meet their physical with physical, but were you guys expecting that much physical? Like, were you expecting that much of a challenge from the team?
Well, that wasn't the first. So we played Bama at least 5 times. So we definitely expect physicality. Like, we know what to expect playing Bama. You know what I mean? Like, we know if we don't bring out a game, they definitely will beat us.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Well, what's next for you guys? The tournament here, and just to wrap it up, that's a possible. Obviously, you guys are known at nationals. You have to defend your title, but between now and January, if you guys do or don't make it here for this month, what's next?
So it's supposed to be a tournament in Delaware, the Philly Bowl.
Okay.
That's another strong possibility. We wanted to go to Vegas and play in Vegas, but the wrong people can't make it. I mean, not the wrong people, but important people can't make Vegas. Whereas, like, yeah.
Yeah, if you can't go with your strongest team.
It wouldn't be. It would. So, the thing, I'm gonna tell you something about the girls. Like, they have built up the name so high that they want anyone to feel like if they lose, they want to lose with our team. They never want to feel like we lost knowing that we was going to be that short that somebody can say they beat Black Mambas. Like, they hold that name real high mighty, whereas they want to make sure they have the right pieces around when we play.
Makes sense. Makes all the sense in the world. If we're talking about the West Coast, and this will be last coach, and I'll let you close it out. A really good team on the West Coast. We're going to talk to them shortly. And I compared them to earlier this year, wanting to see them actually play, one of your good teams from DC, Lady Elite, because when they played the CWFL All-Stars in Florida, they were the underdogs, but they won. And that team was combined with a lot of elite players from the East Coast. But if you guys were to play the strongest team on the West Coast, She Unit, you guys are obviously, at this point, the strongest team on the East Coast. How do you think that would turn out? And this is just me asking.
So I'm not going. Let me say this in a nice way. With them, I would much rather. I would say, Lady Elite Bama, APOC would be a more competitive game than any team in the West Coast. We went out west one time, man. It was a good vacation. Yeah, I would definitely say that. I just don't think the physicality out there is not really like, yeah, no disrespect to them though. They got definitely talented players though. They just couldn't match our physical. So I mean.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. All right, awesome. Well, Coach, I cannot thank you guys both. Kia, I am so thankful for you guys coming on the show. I know that you guys don't do much media, so this means a whole lot to be able to show this and just share you all's direct vision and voice with everybody. Do you have anything to close out? Any shouts out to your team, players, anybody?
Yeah, kid. Go ahead, kid. Kid.
Hi, Rick.
Don't get shot now.
Just shout out to, the girls, the quarterback, Shani, Danny, who I thought was going to be on here. She's great. She plays everything. Michelle, my other half, of course. Tasha. I mean, just the whole team. We have a really great team. So hopefully, you get to see us in action soon.
Yay! Anything for you, Coach? From you, Coach?
I want to shout out. I want to shout out everybody that has helped Black Mambas along the way. As far as just people in general, people that's not even still on our staff or around our staff at the moment. I want to shout them out because without them, we wouldn't be where we are. Even if they're not still here, you know what I mean. We still, I still appreciate what they did for us. You know what I'm saying. Obviously the girls, you know what I'm saying? Obviously the girls. But I definitely want to give a huge shout out to the coaches. All of them, especially the ones that got to put up with my shit, because I definitely can
which is a lot.
Spaz out a little bit. I've been working on that. This past season, I wasn't that bad. I wasn't that bad this past season. But I definitely can be a little extra. You know what I'm saying? So I want to give them kudos, everybody. Especially the ones that got to put up with my shit, because I definitely can
which is a lot.
Spaz out a little bit. I've been working on that. This past season, I wasn't that bad. I wasn't that bad this past season. But, I definitely can be a little extra. You know what I'm saying? So I want to give them kudos, everybody.
Nice. Kia, why he do that? What's the most memorable extra thing he's ever done, Kia? Real quick before I let y'all go. I just want to know. You gotta be honest, Kia. I hear you laughing.
Go ahead, Kia. You can be honest. You can be honest, Kia.
It's just so many.
That is true.
Every game, literally, Rick is a whole character. So if you come and see us play, I would just advise you to watch him because every game he is a character. But I will say he does hold us accountable. So if we drop a pass, he in you. If I catch a screen and I don't read the block right, he on it. So Rick is Rick, but he's gonna hold us accountable, which is why we're so great, honestly.
That was a great answer, man. Thank y'all so much again, and we look forward to seeing y'all. So, Mambas, listen, y'all gotta get at least 12, 15 of y'all, hold each other accountable, call each other, get down here to Atlanta. Yes.
12. She keeps on some 12.
15. We probably could go with 12.
We definitely need 15. We get 15, I promise you we gonna be down there.
15 of y'all. All right. So 12 of y'all. Call some more y'all.
We could do it with 12.
Y'all might need 15. That's cool. 12, 15. Just y'all call each other. Let's get down here. Thank you so much, Mambas, and we're gonna see y'all when y'all come to Atlanta. If not, we'll see
just
you
for the heat. We need 15 just for the heat.
I agree with y'all. Thank you so much again for coming, y'all.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right, y'all. If you're just joining in, we just had a chance to talk to the elite, most amazing 8-women team in the world. So the number one 8-women team in the world is the Black Mambas right now. We got a chance to talk to them exclusively in the interview. If you're just joining us, then just make sure you get a chance to play it back. You'll hear from Coach Fabbs, you'll hear from Kia, and just how the team works and how everything goes over there. Now we're going to roll into one of the best teams on the West Coast right now. If you haven't heard of this team, then I don't know where you've been, but we're going to talk to Jona from She Unit. Hi, Jona. Jona, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Hi, I can hear you good. How are you?
I'm doing well. That was such a treat to have Mambas on, and that is very rare.
I know, it's so rare. It was like exciting because they just win. They never talk. It's just like, we're gonna win. We're not gonna talk. So it's really cool. But it's super exciting to have you on tonight. Can you tell everybody, for the viewers and the listeners who are not familiar, who you are, the name of your team, where you guys are located, and where you're originally from?
Sure. We originally started in late 2016 in Los Angeles. So that was our origin, and I'm one of the quarterbacks on She Unit. So I was inspired actually to start the team after working in Atlanta. So I actually played on Atlanta Storm for a hot second when I was living in Atlanta. And that's when I first started playing women's, and I'm like, this is awesome. And so that inspired me to create a West Coast team.
Wow. So you just dropped a big exclusive on us. So you used to play for Coach Donnie. Is that right?
Yes, I love Donnie. She's amazing.
I got a treat for you.
James Reese
Coach
was our
Donnie,
coach
come here.
at the time.
Coach Donnie, come here. Come on over here, Coach Donnie.
Really?
Yeah, come on over here.
Donnie, she's one of my favorite people. She's works so hard, smart, heart of gold, and just so passionate. I love her dedication. Hi, Donnie.
Can you hear those, Donnie?
Hello?
It's okay.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Donnie. It's Jona.
Can you hear Jona? That's okay. Hold on 1 second, Jona. I'm going to give her my headset.
Can you hear me?
Or, hold on, I'm going to give her my headset so she can hear you. All right. We have a little treat for you. Just a little treat for you. Just say hello. She can hear you now.
Hey, Jonah.
Hi, Donnie. It's Jona.
Hey, lady. How you doing?
Good. I was just sharing that playing for Atlanta Storm when I was working in Atlanta helped inspire me to start She Unit on the West Coast.
You was definitely inspirational to the ladies when you came out here and played with us, especially when you was traveling back and forth. And you came, I don't know if it was our last game of the season, and you was in LA, and then you just made that trip to come down and play in our last game. So I definitely that.
Yeah, no, I had a great time on Storm. Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Well, I thank you for picking, deciding to play with the Storm. Because I know a lot of people will think you decided to play with the Storm. I definitely want to tell you thank you.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Oh, that was so unexpected.
Yeah, what a pleasant surprise. That's awesome.
That is so interesting. So, wow. So I had no clue you used to play for the Storm. I had no clue you used to live in Atlanta. That's really cool. So, just what took you to the West Coast?
I've lived on the West Coast for 14 years, ever since college. So that's where I live, but I was in Atlanta for work. So I was working on a show called Being Mary Jane on BET. So that's what brought me to Atlanta. So I was in Atlanta for a bit working. And of course I was like, where's the football at? As soon as I got to town, I'm like, cool, I'm working, but can I also get some football in? So that's when I started playing for Storm. And my first ever 8s contact tournament was with Bad Girls. So I got to play with them for one tournament, and it was awesome getting to play with like Ashley Wisenan and just some really top-notch, very experienced 8s players. So that was also.
Okay. Now, we love Being Mary Jane. What character were you in there? I'm going to go back and look for you. That's so exciting.
I was on season 3. I played Natalie Wu. I was the ambitious kind of antagonist that tried to sleep my way to the top and get the news anchor spot.
Nice.
Hey.
Nice. All right, awesome. So She Unit, the name, when I first heard it, I go, She Unit, like, G Unit. Where'd the name?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. It came from the reference to G Unit, and a teammate that no longer plays football came up with the name. This is embarrassing, but I didn't know the connection to G Unit until we used the name for a year. I thought it was cute. Like, I thought it was like She Unit, like female squad. And I was like, that's cute. And I had no idea. I didn't know what G Unit was. I wasn't born in this country. That's my excuse for everything, for all my like ignorance. That's my excuse.
No, it's okay. We had a teammate who didn't know what SOS meant. Like, same old, she didn't know. And it was like, what the fuck? I don't see that play on the thing. So, I get it. Awesome. So we see you guys around for a lot of tournaments. What is that? Are you guys just a travel team? Do you have a league in California? Because y'all get around a lot. Y'all definitely have some good jobs.
Yeah, so
traveling
we
costs.
do occasionally. We definitely. We've been. We have some leagues sometimes in California. The difficulty is there's not a lot of women's leagues. Like, I love that DC and Atlanta have these thriving women's leagues, and we don't unfortunately have a lot of that in LA. So, for instance, when we started playing 8 women's, the only time we would ever play 8 women's was like a couple times a year traveling at tournaments. And I have lots of respect for the Black Mambas. They did come in town. I think they had a closer championship game against a West Coast team than they remember. I think it was a 1 touchdown game. So, I don't know, the word vacation seems like a little bit of an exaggeration. But they definitely schooled us as She Unit for sure. And since then, I think we still get underestimated. Like, when we played CWFL, speaking to our physicality, they lined up with, like, basically they were going to run the ball, and they thought they were going to just pound us. And they soon, I mean, much respect to them, but that didn't happen. We were able to prevent them from ever scoring. Yeah, so I think our team has changed over time. So what Rick remembers from, I don't know, 2018 is not the team that we have now. We have some of the same players, but we have a lot of players that play tackle. So we're not scared of physicality, and I think people think we are. And we want all the smoke.
Oh, we're gonna turn the smoke machines on, So what we're saying right now is, you guys are a whole new team. You're not that team from before. And if you guys were to play the Black Mambas now, it's not going to go.
I think it would be competitive. Yeah. Do I think it would be easy? Of course not. They have more experience than us. That is their format. So, it would be silly of me to assume, this would be easy. Of course not. But I closer than they think. And who knows who would win?
You know what? I'm not going to discount you on it. It would be a very good game. And let me tell you why. Because when we were down in Florida, we were in Palm Coast, and I saw you guys played DOA in the playoffs. And then we saw Tigers playing CWFL All-Stars. You guys won. CWFL All-Stars won. People bet, okay, She Unit, they're not going to win this. I think people, including myself, I won't front.
It's okay. We were the underdogs. I knew that.
I don't know what She Unit gonna do. Watching the game, it was like, wait a second, nobody's getting past this 50-yard line. This is a great game. And then
it was very much a defensive battle.
Yeah, 6-0. Final score, She Unit won. I would definitely like to see you guys play the Mambas with that new team, because it is a new team.
For sure. And we got to partner with our, shout out to our sister squad, San Diego Blitz, which is another West Coast team. So we had several of their core players, and just as similar CWFL, I know they were great players from top-notch teams playing together for the first time. This was our first time playing together with San Diego Blitz. So I think we were both on both ends trying to figure out chemistry and playing together. And it was a really fun collaboration, and I hope to do it again.
Nice. I like it. It sounds good. What's next for you guys?
So we're playing in Indianapolis for the USA tournament, because several of our players want to be considered for the USA team. So we're playing that in July. We have a bid for AFFL for our team She Blitz, again, collaborating with San Diego Blitz. And then our plan is to be at Lynn Lewis. So I'm really pumped. Yes, absolutely. So I love Mashonda's tournaments. She's amazing, and we always have a good time when we go to Lynn Lewis. And we've always won. I think we won 8's comp the first year, and then in May we won the 8's Open division.
Okay.
So we would like to defend our title.
Nice. Well, how many titles do you guys have? And how you guys started in 5s and 7s, right?
We started off in 8s, funny enough. So we started off as an 8s contact team, but we barely had any opportunities to play it because I was inspired by the 8s Women's League in Atlanta. And then more recently, our main style, I would say, is 5s. 5s is our main style. We've played 7s screen a handful of times. AFFL 7s is really fun. And then we play 8s contact maybe like twice a year, maybe 2-3 times max a year. And we now have players from all around the U.S., so it makes it harder to practice. I wish we could practice. That would be great. So our practice is tournaments. Yeah.
And you guys do a great job with it. I'd love to see you guys play. Can't wait to see you in these next tournaments. And you guys are Sheepless. You were talking about the $200,000 tournament in Houston in August, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So we won a bid through the Lynn Lewis qualifier. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nice. So are you guys gonna practice for that? Because that's a lot of money.
Yeah, so we've been doing some local practices, and actually we have a lot of players that are the ones that don't live in SoCal. They're flying in for a weekend practice. So we have that coming up in a few weeks. So that'll be really helpful. And we'll do some Zooms, and a lot of the players are people we've played with before, which is helpful. But yeah, I expect us to do well in AFFL. So I'm really excited about that tournament. It'll be
No, go ahead, finish. Sorry. It's a delay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I see. Yeah, so I think the championship game will be broadcast on CBS Sports. So I think it's going to do great things for the women's game.
Absolutely. So thankful to you guys and all the women across the nation that are playing flag football because, like you said, it is... it's blowing up. It's on CBS Sports, and these tournaments are doing great things for just women across the nation. And thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely.
Today. Any closing words? Any shout outs to your team?
Yeah, shout out to our coaches, all our OG ShaunaXO players who have stuck with us all these years from the very start, as well as the new players that are joining us. And follow us on Instagram at ShaunaXO. We post some fun highlights and things like that. So yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming, and we're going to be watching you guys. Can't wait to see you guys play. And thank you so much. Have a good night.
Good night. Bye.
Bye. All right, you guys, if you're just joining us, we just talked to the quarterback for Shoe Unit and really the founder, because we found out some really cool information that she was inspired by our very own Atlanta League, Atlanta Storm, and then she created a team on the West Coast. So if you're just joining in, we just wrapped up with her. So make sure you go back and rewind and watch the show. With that being said, we're just going to close out with like some closing motivation. And basically that closing motivation is this. Always know who you are, because if you don't, you will constantly be changing yourself to fit the molds of what other people want you to be. There's a billion other people out here, so you'll constantly be changing, and then you won't know who you are. So just make sure you're true to who you are, love who you are, love your life, live happy, choose happiness, and that's it for Heels to Cleat. I'm your girl, ShaunaXO. Have a good night, and thank you so much to all our guests.